Now, Homura is actually chasing down the government agent Amira, who actually was put in Digilis to their capture Gemalo's boss Draken Joe, who was actually trying to get information from him, and the informant was actually someone she actually talked to while she was impersonating as Homura, in which she's actually this close to infiltrating Joe's inner circle, which she actually going to have to find another way, which that actually being said that she's going to take another form of someone else, in which she actually is going to find someone else, in which she actually was shocked to learn that Jess actually knows her. So we actually seen her pull up a ether matter gun and actually try to shoot Homura, which we seen Homura actually using her sword to reflect the bullets, and she actually keep on reflecting it while we realize that she actually lost control of her horse when the horse's legs was shot, and she was actually on the ground, and she was actually was rolling down the hill, which we actually see how she's gonna get back at her, which her gun was actually turns into a sniper mode and actually was getting ready to shoot Homura, but when that fire actually fired a bullet, it was actually reflected that easily, which she actually was headed back to the real world when we seen her getting out of the pod. We seen her real face was like a warp like face, which Homura is actually going to see Amira very soon. But meanwhile, back at the village, we've seen Shiki battling Jibalov and actually try to take him out, which Hermit actually said that if he's using cheat, then they'll actually use cheats of their own. In which we actually knew using cheat codes in games can be actually against the law, but in this game, there's no rules about using cheats to do that, except for the part that when we actually heard cheats can make people physically ill, we actually see Whis reverts to his original form, and he actually going to use a digital computer to try to do some cheats. Well, Shiki was actually overpowered by Jivalov. We actually seen Shiki using his gravity fist, but no effect on Jivalov. We actually seen Shiki using his computer to try to create cheats, but Hermit actually told him he hasn't yet. So she actually going to use his account to run the cheat. In other words, she'll actually going to be the one to use it because he'll would be the one to be banned, which we seen Homura is actually using a using a proper digital computer to make to make Jiminov ban, which she actually using that to reprogram, which reprogramming is her most weapon, in which she actually using her programming to undo the site's invulnerability, which she actually making Shiki into a monster, which she actually have using that sheet to taking care of Jimalov, which we seen, which we actually never thought that she actually going to be the one who was actually a master of reprogramming. Now, when we last left off of Homura versus Amira, she actually vanished and revealed Amira's face to be a like a black hole type face. But back in the battle, we seen Shiki defeating Jimalov with Hermit's hacking programming, and she actually became a master of reprogramming people's data and actually remove the cheats, which she actually gonna make Jimalov ban for using them, and that's a good plan. But we're actually gonna see if Hermit is going to join them or not. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guide right here saying sign out. Laters!